Rome, the blueprint of the modern city. Rome. 390 BC. The city has been razed to the ground, burnt, destroyed, with almost nothing left. Normally, you wouldn't expect such a place to recover, but Rome does, and not just slightly. Over the centuries, it transforms into the greatest city in the world. At one point, the population exceeds 1 million. Massive temples are erected. Aqueducts carrying water from kilometers away reach the city. Most of the wonders we admire today were built during that era. Using modern AI tools, I have reconstructed Rome at its peak, based on historical sources and archaeology. The heart of the empire. When you reach the center of the city, everything begins at the Roman Forum. This isn't just an ordinary square, it is the heart of the empire. Politics happen here, decisions are made here, and the crowds gather here. The Senate House still stands, the place where 600 senators debated for hours. A bit further along is the rostra, the speaker's platform. This is where Mark Antony addressed the public after Julius Caesar was assassinated. He held up Caesar's bloodied toga and read his will. The people couldn't believe what they were hearing. In that moment, fury erupted. Caesar's body was cremated right then and there. A temple was later built on that exact spot. This is precisely where a human being was transformed into a god. The most sacred place in the Forum, however, is a small temple, the Temple of Vesta. The fire inside did not go out for over 1,000 years. Romans believed that if this fire ever died, everything would end. The fire was protected by the Vestal Virgins. Their lives were entirely bound to this duty, a harsh, disciplined existence, yet one of incredible power. Power on the hill. The emperors lived just above the Forum, on the Palatine Hill. It all started with the house of Augustus, modest but symbolic. Then came Domitian, who raised the bar significantly. Massive palaces, grand halls, and stage-like venues for foreign kings. Right beside them were private living quarters, hidden from view. Spectacle and real life existed side by side, yet were completely separate. As if that wasn't enough, he had his own private stadium built. He could watch races and bouts without ever leaving the palace. Meanwhile, just below sat the Circus Maximus, with a capacity of 150,000. Chariot racing was Rome's greatest passion, dangerous, fast, and chaotic. The crashes were horrific, but the winners became legends. The fans were fanatics. Brawls, riots, deaths, everything was intense. Spectacle and divinity. The Colosseum was on an entirely different level. 50,000 people. The goal here wasn't just entertainment, it was witnessing. Watching humans and animals die. Hundreds of thousands of people. Countless animals. Thanks to the mechanisms beneath the arena, everything appeared instantaneously. The audience never saw how it happened. They only experienced the shock. On one side, blood and spectacle. On the other, the gods. Rome was filled with temples. The Pantheon is one of the most special, a single building for all gods. Its dome is incredible. Even today, entering it is a profound experience. 1,900 years have passed and it still stands. Yet even the Pantheon wasn't the holiest site in Rome. That was the Temple of Jupiter. Victorious generals would climb up there to give thanks to the gods. The soul of Rome beat there for centuries. It feels strange that almost nothing remains of it today. The city of the people. To protect themselves, emperors stationed the Praetorian Guard within the city. The most elite soldiers, but also the most dangerous. They protected the emperors, then murdered them. They sold the throne. They became the greatest internal threat to Rome. For ordinary people, life was simpler but harder. Most lived in apartment blocks, called insulae, cramped, crowded, and dangerous. The upper floors were cheap but lacked water. If a fire broke out, escape was difficult. Yet this is how a city of 1 million people stayed on its feet. Daily life revolved around markets and shops. Trajan's market was the ultimate hub, shopping, business, and trade. In the evening, everyone went to the baths. They exercised, swam, and socialized. Rich or poor, it didn't matter. Everyone was in the same place. Rome actually achieved something for the first time, making 1 million people live together in a single city. Apartment buildings, sewage systems, massive entertainment complexes, public spaces. The very foundation of the city concept we use today was laid there. Today's megacities are still following the path Rome blazed. Technology has changed, but the logic remains the same. Rome didn't just build a city, it solved a problem, and we are still building upon that solution